Welcome back to the Hall of Origins. Today I wanted to look at someone from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. Well, it seems like some kind of drama is going on in front of the picture we need to go to. We'll just wait for this to, solve itself.
I always come back.
Okay, I don't think this is going to be resolved anytime soon. Here, tell you what, why don't we just go find another picture? Yeah, I think that's for the best. Okay, be 100% honest with yourself. Did you know what an echidna was before Knuckles? I know I didn't. Heck, I could barely even tell you what an echidna is now. I remember early on when I was young, I thought Knuckles was a porcupine. An echidna is just such a random animal to make a character out of. But hey, it worked, and now lots of people are aware of this spiky little guy's existence, all because of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. So let's take a look into the origin of the fan favorite, Knuckles.
Do I look like I need your power?
So after Sonic 2 came out and did gangbusters for SEGA, a third installment of the series was immediately put into production. Originally, during the planning stage, it was thrown around that the game would have an isometric 3D design, similar to that what we would see later in Sonic 3D Blast. You know what I'm talking about, that whole 3D graphics with a sideways top-down view that almost worked but ultimately didn't. Yeah, Sonic 3 was going to be something like that. Oh, thank heavens it wasn't. Oh, not to say that 3D Blast wasn't good, it just wasn't, main series Sonic good. Anyways, one thing the development team on Sonic 3 wanted to include this time around was a rival for Sonic. Not in the villainous Robotnik kind of way, but someone who would just be on equal grounds with him. Several different designs based on many animals were created before the dev team decided on an echidna. The idea was to create a character who was just as strong as Sonic was fast. SEGA's product marketing manager, Pamela Kelly, chose the name Knuckles, and developer Takeshi Yuda designed him. At the time, he never intended Knuckles to be anything more than a supporting character. Who would have thought that he would have wound up stealing the spotlight, right? Originally, Knuckles was going to have a Jamaican accent, which probably started because his quills share a resemblance to dreadlocks. This idea must have stuck in the developers' minds because Knuckles' shoes are the color of the Jamaican flag. When it came to what color Knuckles himself would be, the top choices among the staff were red, green, and even purple. Obviously they decided to go with red, but just imagine how things would have been had they chose one of the other colors. Ever wonder why Knuckles has that tail? Well, you can thank Jurassic Park for that. No, I'm not kidding. With the success the first Jurassic Park movie was seeing at the time, it was thought to make Knuckles more reptilian, like a dinosaur. Because, kids at the time really liked dinosaurs. So Knuckles was designed to have a more primeval look before the whole idea was dismissed. And his tail is a remnant from this idea. How about that bit of trivia? Also, ever wonder why Knuckles has that white swoosh on his chest? Well, as it turns out, SEGA wanted to do a cross-promotion with Nike, so they were going to put the iconic Nike swoosh on Knuckles. However, when the deal didn't happen, the design was changed to the crescent shape that we still see today. So in Sonic 3, as well as in Sonic and Knuckles, since they're basically part 1 and part 2 of a story, Robotnik's superweapon, the Death Egg, crashes into Angel Island. It doesn't take long before Robotnik is confronted by Angel Island's guardian, Knuckles. To which Robotnik immediately manipulates Knuckles into believing that Sonic is evil and planning on stealing the Master Emerald. This then leads to the antagonist encounters between Sonic and Knuckles showcased at various points in the game. However, Robotnik ultimately reveals that he himself wants the power of the emeralds, and Knuckles quickly realizes who the true enemy is. From that point on, he fights on Sonic's side against Robotnik. Now from this point on in the Sonic community, Knuckles was insanely popular, enough to get his own game a year later. Knuckles Chaotix was released on the short-lived 32X, and as of 2022, is Knuckles' only main starring video game. This game has an interesting mechanic where Knuckles is always tethered to a member of Team Chaotix, where you work together to solve puzzles to progress. So around this time, the Sonic comics was doing insanely well. And of course, everyone's favorite Echidna was part of it. I remember my favorite issue was Super Sonic vs. Hyper Knuckles. It's just pure fan service. Just Sonic and Knuckles all powered up and fighting each other. My teenage self ate it up. And then Knuckles got his own spin-off series. I used to read these all the time because, honestly, these comics were much better than they had to be. It actually had real heart and passion for the story put into it. And it lasted for 32 issues, so clearly there was a want for it by the fans. Unfortunately, the Knuckles in the video game world hasn't been met with the same respect. Pretty much he has now slipped into supporting character mode, where sure he's still playable, but he now takes a backseat to Sonic's stories. It just seems like Knuckles' popular days were back in the 90s, and Sega just includes him in games because fans would be upset if they didn't. I really wish Knuckles would get the main spotlight again. That's one of the reasons I'm really looking forward to the second Sonic movie, where it looks like they're borrowing a lot from the Sonic 3 and Knuckles storylines. Maybe this new adventure will show Sega that the Red Echidna still has a big fan base, and possibly even lead to a new solo game. Please, Sega? That would be sweet.